After we have done Discoveryland and Main Street USA, it is now time to unravel all the secrets that Fantasyland has to offer. Behind the camera is Mark. Hi Mark. Hi. Hi, my name is Marieke and you are watching Magical Vacation Guys. In this video we're gonna unravel all the secrets that Fantasyland has to offer. We're going through attractions, places where you can get food and what kind of food can you get, characters you can meet, because Fantasyland is the epicenter of Disney characters. Fantasyland is the land where all your favorite fairy tales come true. Here you can meet all kinds of Disney princesses, villains, and look, the Queen of Hearts. Oh my god. See here, you hear all your favorite fairy tales come to life in attractions, meet and greets, and it's amazing and it definitely deserves some attention. So do not waste any more time, let's go! Because the castle is officially a part of Fantasyland, here are some secrets too. Have you ever noticed these square-shaped trees? They are a direct reference to the Sleeping Beauty movie. You also know that the castle is one big attraction. It has an upper floor and an underfloor with a big secret. Do you want to know more about the Disney castle? Definitely watch this video because we explain all the secrets of the Disney castle. And if you want to see Fantasyland all at once, go stand on that balcony. It's a beautiful view. If you want to be King Arthur, you can pull out Sword in Stone, or at least you can try, because it's at least very hard, but it gives the most beautiful pictures. You do have to wait in line though on a busy day. One of the most beautiful, if not the most beautiful shops here in the Disneyland park is behind me. It is the Snow White merchandise shop. It is unlike any other shop where you go into the attraction and end in the souvenir shop. You actually have to enter it from outside of the building, but it's beautiful. They have built a whole house and you can walk in Snow White's story. Even if the merchandise is mostly kid stuff, like dress up things and plushy toys, but even if you're an adult, it's definitely worth to give it a look. Definitely go inside and check it out for yourself. Fantasyland has its own candy shop and it's amazingly themed. It's actually run by the 3 fairies from Sleeping Beauty Castle. You can see them above the cashier. It's not a very big store, but it is amazing and it's amazing candy shop. Fine dining in Fantasyland and meeting princesses, this is the place to go. It is an exclusive restaurant where you can have the most fine dining meals and taste the best ones, and your kids or yourself will meet some Disney princesses, so you don't have to wait in line for the character meet and greet. It is very expensive, reservations are hard to get by. We've never eaten here because it's so fine, but I heard so many good stories about it. And if you walk out, or not, maybe later, you can see Cinderella's carriage right here. It's amazing, a photo opportunity to do with your partner or your kids or yourself. When you come outside of the castle, you can already see 3 big attractions here in Fantasyland. So here we have the Snow White attraction and the Pinocchio attraction, which are both dark side that bring you through the story of the 2 classical Disney movies. And over there, cannot be missed, is the Carousel of Lancelot. Have you seen this tainted glass over here? There's a big secret hidden inside, because you can see the evil queen popping by sometimes watching over Fantasyland. Do you want to have a unique experience here in Disneyland Paris and paint your face, or let your face be painted? Here next to, between Cendrillon and the shop, you can have face painting. It's 7 euros, and it's not only for girls or children, because you can also be painted as a pirate or a monster or something else. And I've even seen some adults, but I'm not quite sure, because it never says that it's only for kids. It's not like the Bibbidi Bobbidi Boop boutique in Walt Disney World. So I guess it's not just for kids, but mostly only kids do it. Fantasyland has many amazing themed merchandise shops, and behind me is also one of the most amazing. It is themed after a circus and Jack and the Beanstalk, and it's called La Ménagerie de Royaume. And here you can mainly find kid stuff, but also a lot of merchandise for certain attractions and a couple of games. It's centered in Fantasyland is Dumbos Flight. It is the eye catcher of Fantasyland. It is an amazing ride. It's good for little kids, and you usually don't wait too long. Mostly, like on most busy days, up to half an hour, 45 minutes, and on more less crowded days, 20 minutes or something. But it's really fun. So you have this handle which you can pull up and down, which will make you change altitudes actually, which is amazing. But the thing is, and I've tried that the first time when I was in Dumbo, I was like, it doesn't work, but you have to keep pushing it, like you have to keep going up with the handle to make it go up. It's not like, oh, one time and it's good enough. You have to keep it up. If you are in the mood for German food, all the way in the back of Fantasyland you can find Le Chalet de Marionnette. Here you can get German burgers, bratwurst, whatsoever. They also have vegan options for if you have someone in your party who is vegan or vegetarian. It's Pinocchio themed, which is a little bit weird to me because Pinocchio is supposed to be Italian, right? And it's German themed, and if you can hear the music around me, it's also German themed. I've never heard Italian music like this, but maybe I'm wrong, I don't know. Do you want to know a fun fact? In Anaheim they have a similar restaurant like this. So here you have, when you go outside, you have the exit sign, sortie, and then you have Figaro, which is Geppetto's cat, and he is all with a thumbs up, good job. But in Anaheim they actually misplaced the exit sign, so they actually have Figaro like dragging the exit sign to get a good place, but it never works out because it's Spain. But that's a little joke from the Imagineers. If you are talking about an iconic Disney character, it is obviously Peter Pan. So Peter Pan has its own attraction here in Fantasyland. Which place can you better place Peter Pan, right? So in the Peter Pan attraction, you go onto a ship, a flying ship, and you go through Peter Pan's story. It is a dark ride and it's very, very popular. So during extra magic time, which is the least crowded time of the day, you'll actually you will actually wait 20 minutes. And now, I don't know if you can see it, but it's now 70 minutes. 70 minutes! It is an attraction with not a very good capacity, and I think that's the reason why I do think that the attraction is worth it. So definitely do it the first thing in the morning. You cannot do it the last thing in the evening because Fantasyland will close earlier because of the fireworks, so it will always be crowded during the day. So if you really want to do it, do not want to wait over an hour, definitely go the first thing in the morning. Hungry for fish and chips? This is the place to be here in Disneyland Paris. This is Toad Hall restaurant next to Meet Mickey. Here you can get mainly fish and chips, and there are also vegetarian and vegan options, and they have an amazing dessert. It is like this roll with cheesecake and it's red. It is amazing. It's one of my favorite desserts here in Disneyland Paris. And there's also a couple of secrets here in this restaurant, and one of my favorite is that there is a changing painting in the restaurant. So definitely keep your eyes open for that changing painting. Do you want to meet the big boss? Of course you have to be in Fantasyland. Here in the back of Fantasyland, next to the train station and the Labyrinth, you can meet Mickey Mouse. On the app it says that it's an attraction, but it's actually a meet and greet, and it's the second most popular meet and greet of Disneyland Paris. The most popular, we're going to talk about it a little bit later. So you have to easily wait around an hour to meet him. It is Mickey and a sorcerer themed, so you probably see him in a sorcerer outfit or his regular outfit or something that looks alike. But you definitely step into the scene of Mickey and the sorcerer. And do you think like, oh, I have to wait and it's so long, it's over an hour? You will not be bored. They show Mickey shorts during your wait. So you come in, you have a big hall and a big screen, and there you can see all these Mickey shorts. And then when you have waited, you've gone all the rows, and then you are being brought to a separate room where you can Mickey. So you have also a lot of privacy. And there is a photo pass here. Do you want to meet Alice in Wonderland and friends, like here, Alice in Wonderland and the Mad Hatter? Go to Fantasyland. Next to Mickey Mouse, there are often moments where you can see Alice and mostly the Mad Hatter. I actually mostly see the Mad Hatter and Alice. On a busy day, all the lines are over an hour. But there's always something you can do which doesn't have too long of a line, which is Alice in Wonderland's Labyrinth. Here you can explore a labyrinth of Alice in Wonderland, of course, but it is all these kinds of secrets which are Alice in Wonderland themed, of course. I can tell you about it, but you definitely best have to explore it yourself. But first you start off in a green labyrinth, then you go on to the next element where you have to go into like this, I don't know how you say it, but you go there, then you'll see the cat, and then you have another labyrinth with the Queen of Hearts, and then you have the opportunity of going into the Queen of Hearts' castle. And did you know that they actually had a slide before, but they had to close it because it was too dangerous. In Fantasyland, Alice in Wonderland has a huge place here in the placement of attractions. Behind me is the iconic Mad Hatter attraction. It is with the swirl attraction where you are in the teacups and then you're swinging around. The reason probably why Alice in Wonderland is so big is because Alice in Wonderland, not the live action, it is one of the first movies that Walt Disney made. It is not the movie that you know, the live action or the animation. It was a movie before where they had half live action, half animated. So I think that is the reason why it is so dear to Walt Disney. Because when Disneyland opened up in California, it was a huge and popular attraction. And every Disneyland has a teacups of some sort. And if I have to say which one is the most beautiful, because we have seen 3 teacup attractions, it is the one in Disneyland Paris. Why is it one of the most beautiful Mad Hatter? Because of the beautiful canopy or roof and the beautiful lanterns And when you think that it's even more beautiful during the day, definitely check it out at night because it is magical. You can get your regular ice creams everywhere, but in Disneyland Paris you want a Disney themed ice cream. If you want to get Alice in Wonderland themed ice cream, this is the place to be. It is actually next to the Mad Hatters and in between the Old Mill and a little bit of, well, it's a small world. It's a small passage, but they have amazing Alice in Wonderland themed ice cream for €7. It is our to-go place if we want to have an ice cream in the summer. It is usually pretty crowded even in the winter, so definitely take your time. I already mentioned the most popular meet and greet of Disneyland Paris is right here. It is meeting the princesses at the Princesses Pavilion. It is so incredibly popular. We have seen it. People are going to wait out their extra magic time to be in the first half hour, so you'll at least wait 1.5 hours. Now it's 70, and honestly I think that is very, very low for the day that we are here. But I have seen like 110 minutes yesterday. It is amazingly crowded. You don't know who you're gonna meet. You know you're gonna meet Princess, but you don't know exactly who you're gonna meet. Well, probably one of the main. We have seen Merida, we have seen Belle, we have seen Mulan, we have seen Ariel, your basic princesses. You go inside and then you have going to go through a swirl, and then you have two places where you can meet two princesses. You have to wait for once and you can meet two princesses. Here you can see Labyrinth and Shante. I've never really paid much attention to it because it was just your regular coffee corner, but since the 30th anniversary they introduced the paninis. They are vegan paninis with vegan chicken and lettuce and sun-dried tomatoes, and it's amazing. I really love it. It is fulfilling, and you can get a menu with some chips and a cold drink. Definitely check that out. And next to Labyrinth and Shante, you can meet characters. Normally we see the Queen of Hearts from Alice in Wonderland, but since they are renovating here in the park, you can see Winnie the Pooh and a friend, mainly Tigger. But definitely keep an eye out because you can also meet, maybe you're going next month, they are done with the renovations, and then you can run into Queen of Hearts with Tweedledee and Tweedledum. If we miss home, we go here. Here you have the Dutch snacks, because if you didn't already notice it, we are Dutch, and here you have the Dutch snacks, the bitterballen and the poffertjes. Poffertjes are miniature pancakes, and bitterballen, how would you describe bitterballen? It is an experience. It is with meat, but you can have also vegetarian options with cheese, but it's like this meat inside, and then you have a crusty crust around it, and it's deep fried. So if you want to have some Dutch snacks, definitely go here. Those are one of my favorite Dutch snacks in general. So it's actually a reference to a short that Walt Disney has made, which is actually called The Old Mill. And it's a reference to a Dutch story. And did you know that it used to be an attraction? It used to be some sort of Ferris wheel, but they broke it down, unfortunately. But still you can enjoy some Dutch snacks. Behind this wall, because now they are on renovation, are Casey's Junior train and La Conte Fée du Pas. It's like the fairy tale storybook boat ride. These are more children attractions, but as an adult you can enjoy them as well. These are the latest additions to Fantasyland, and it has been a while since they have been added. And it's actually the only two attractions that are outside of the train. If you think about it, the train, you know, the main train goes a circle around the park. And if you think about it, these are actually the only two attractions outside of that train circle. This is not even arguable, but this is the most iconic attraction that Disney has ever built. It is an attraction that is in every Disneyland park. Of course, I'm talking about It's a Small World. In Small World, we bring cultures together, and then we show that the world is actually really small and that we are all alike. So It's a Small World, it's a dark ride where you go into a boat ride. It's a Small World was first introduced by Walt Disney, not in Disneyland, but at the World Trade Fair. It was in New York, where all great companies of that time came together to show their inventions. And Walt Disney brought an attraction, It's a Small World. That original attraction is now in Anaheim, but in every Disneyland in the world, they have built this attraction. And it's pretty similar to most It's a Small Worlds around the world. And did you know that It's a Small World, the theme song, that it's the earworm that you cannot get out of your head, is the most played song in the world. I mean, if you run it like 12 hours a day in 6 parks for a lot of times, it is the most played world on the song. Do you see this beautiful gate behind me? This is not only the starting place for Disney Stars on Parade, it is also a place where you might meet some spontaneous characters. This is a spontaneous character location where it's a regular place for spontaneous meet and greets, but it's not located on the app. But when you walk through this gate all the way through It's a Small World, definitely always check this place to meet some characters. Lines are not mostly that long because it's not located. Do you want to get Italian food and you are in Fantasyland? This is the place to be. This is called Notte, where they serve Italian dishes. So the restaurant is Lady and the Tramp themed, and recently they added a Luca room, a Luca space inside of the restaurant. And it's also a reference to the Italian culture, because as you can see, the main building, it's a little crooked. Maybe that does remind you of the Tower of Pisa? Mark, I'm actually in the mood for some Italian food. Do you want to get the new pasta pesto? No? Why not? It is very busy, but the restaurant is not open very long. It's only open from 11 a.m. to 5. So it's always busy. Just let's go get it, okay? So I want to get pasta pesto, but the line is too long. So I said to Mark, wait here, because we have to film 2 secrets more for Fantasyland and I really wanted to show you. So the first one is here at the restaurant of Notte. Here you see mosaic, and it's actually from Disneyland Anaheim. It is recycled from another attraction, from a statue in Disneyland Anaheim. The second fact that I really want to share with you. Do you see these gates? This tower? Where's the other tower? Behind me. Behind me. Wait, it's pretty crowded in Fantasyland. Like it always is. Tower 1 and Tower 2. They were connected with some sort of gate. But because Disneyland Paris builds enormous floats for the parade, they have decided to remove it because the floats didn't fit under the gate. And actually, if you get a little bit closer, you can actually see it if you know it. So now it's time for pasta pesto, because the line is, even though the line is outside, it's moving pretty fast. So this wraps up our Fantasyland adventure. Did we forget anything, or didn't we mention an important spot to you? Definitely comment it down below. And what is your most favorite thing about Fantasyland? Also definitely comment down below. If you like videos like this, definitely subscribe to our channel. We love to make videos for you. It's just a little appreciation and support our channel, and it's completely free. So definitely give us a like, subscribe, whatsoever. But for now, I hope you have a Disneyland Paris trip planned very soon, and we hope that you have a magical day from wherever you are. I'll see you in the next video. Bye!